Welcome back to part 5. Now, the self-defense weapons of RE1. Tazer, Jill's exclusive D item. Works like the dagger, but also stuns the enemy and sometimes even kills them.
Howdy, Jill. It's me again, Georges. Now, I'm not biting you, but I'm gonna go for a nibble, okay?
Flash grenade, Chris's exclusive item. Chris jams the grenade in a bad guy's mouth, whereupon it explodes. One hit kill, kinda neat, but cooler in the later game. Wink wink. Self-defense gun, a 1-round Magnum, kills any non-boss enemy with 1 shot. The flavor text of this item explains how it's a 2-shot gun with 1 shot spent. The implication being by the gun's previous owner. Dark, eerie, Japanese. Very nice. The self-defense items are a snacky novelty and a very interesting experiment. A tier, I'm down. Good stuff, Capcom. Bonus weapon, Samurai Edge. In our remake, the Samurai Edge is the infinite ammo handgun that you unlock if you beat the game in under 5 hours. It's, forgettable. D tier. Secret weapon, Barry's Magnum. At one point in the game, Barry can lose his Magnum, and if you find it, he'll ask for it back. To this, you can answer, no. Which nets you the most powerful gun in any Resident Evil game. Wait, most powerful? Really? Yes, because Barry's Magnum one-taps every enemy in the game, including the fucking final boss. With none of the awkwardness of the rocket launcher. It only has 6 shots, but it's all you'll ever need. Triple S+ tier. I love the way it sounds like a flintlock. These weapons of remake are just lagom, solid base of the same guns, but with a bit of new freshness. Interestingly, the next game in the RE canon came out 6 months later, also in 2002, yet it experimented less. Resident Evil 0. Bitches. Zero began development for the N64 after the very successful Resident Evil 2 port. To utilize the N64's faster processor, the game was built around a duo system where 2 main characters could be swapped out at any time. Because of this, you play as Billy, a criminal, and Rebecca, a nurse, at the same time, swapping out between the two as you go. Resident Evil 0 contains many scenes where Rebecca reacts to wet slugs. As a child, watching one of the first ever Let's Plays I'd ever seen, these scenes made me horny. Weapons of Resident Evil 6, I should probably cut that. Knife, handgun, shotgun, magnum, grenade, and rockets. It's becoming a bit like a nursery rhyme. And while Zero's basics all work, the sound design really lets them all down. However, a few highlights will make up for this, as you'll see. And speaking of which, knife. Really fucking good iteration of the knife, really cool and tactical pose, and solid sound design. C tier. Since it's still only really useful on downed zombies. Rebecca's handgun. Simple, but satisfying. And she looks cute while using it. C tier. If only Rebecca would shoot my dick off with that thing. It'd be like a full circle from when I was a kid. Maybe I'd finally not be horny. Probably not. Billy's handgun. Stronger than Rebecca's, because I guess we're just openly sexist now, but looks goofy. No thanks. E tier. Disclaimer. I still respect Billy's Orlando... Disclaimer, I still do respect Billy's Orlando Bloom vibes. Alright, basics done, it's sad time. Hookshot. Not actually a weapon, but it's a hookshot in a video game that isn't used for any secrets. Fundamentally disappointing. F tier. Could have replaced it with a rope. Shotgun. Looks cool, but 0 punch. E tier. Grenade launcher. Explosive, fire, and acid rounds, none of which really have punch either. D tier. Rocket launcher. Alright, kind of a sweet visual design, but sounds like a drum. Also, it can't jib enemies. What? What? F tier. Why are you calling this a rocket launcher? Wait, is that why they're calling it RE0? Cause it's got 0 good guns? Oh. And speaking of 0 bitches, Magnum. Damn. Like, really damn. The RE0 Magnum is a tragedy. While still being a one-shot kill and having bullet penetration, it just does not sound like a Magnum. And it looks stinky. Rebecca's Magnum is an Agent 47 silver baller without weight or elegance. Billy's Magnum is literally just a video game Magnum. In fact, this image is from Fallout New Vegas, but could you even tell? How'd you mess this up? F tier. We just put 2 Magnums in F tier. What the fuck? Guys, come on. We can do better. Also, the armory teasing you with an AK-47, but then never giving you one, that's pretty offensive. Also, the final boss in this game, I mean, listen for yourself.
Now I will have my revenge on Umbrella, and the world will burn in an inferno of hate. You'll pay for what you've done. We'll see which one of us is gonna die.
This really is our all is lost moment for this list, because with RE Make and RE Zero, we lost the sound designer for the first few Resident Evil games, Hideaki Utsumi. Like, don't get me wrong, he didn't die, he just didn't make sound effects for these games. Get this fucking sad music out of here, we need something better. Yeah! Hideaki made RE2 one of the best sounding games of all time. Easily up there with Half-Life 1, Ocarina of Time, StarCraft,
Nuclear launch detected.
And so on. Out of sheer respect in this moment of darkness, we gotta place my man Utsumi in S tier. Fun fact, Hideaki is actually the guy on YouTube with the red meme bird. Yeah, really? No, seriously. That red meme bird. That red meme bird. Right, next up, RE0's new and interesting stuff. In no particular found order, because I can't be bothered remembering it. Upgraded handgun. After the fun-ass STI Eagle of RE3, Rebecca and Billy can upgrade their handguns for higher fire rate and higher crit chance. Now, I like upgrades, but the way you earn this is not as cool, and it doesn't really have impressive visuals or sound either. Ultimately, it's just the same idea done again. So I gotta call this D tier. Submachine gun, which is unlocked if you get an A rank or higher. Okay, now we're talking. Sure, it's just a clone of the Ingram, but it's an actual Heckler & Koch MP5, and it looks sweet, and it sounds pretty cool too. C tier. This one passes. Molly. Abysmal sound design. But it is a Molotov cocktail, and therefore automatically fun to use. C tier. Having to craft them yourself also adds a little something to it. Hunting gun. Sounds like a bag of shit, but a fun-ass weapon. The Duplay style over-under double barrel makes it one of those risky but rewarding weapons in games. B tier. It's a great shotgun, also looks like a traditional hunting gun. Very nice. That being said, terrible headshot sound too. And I know that the enemies are supposed to be made of slugs. I mean, come on, you think I haven't beat off in this game before? Jesus Christ. But it still doesn't sound good. Make it sound like this. Headshot. And we're talking. One of RE0's few experiments was the new storage system. While the earlier games had the magical item transporting storage box, RE0 forces you to actually bring your items with you. This is to balance the fact that you now have 2 characters, which means double the inventory space. But it can also sadly mean that new players leave behind items like the hunting gun completely unknowingly. But bad new ideas are better than no new ideas, because at least we get something fresh to complain about. Alright, so taking stock, RE0's guns are just too pathetic. One single B tier, and even then, that's a generous B tier. But, hold on, we're not done just yet. The last secret in RE0 is Wesker mode. Yes, really, you get to play as Albert Wesker, the main antagonist of the RE series. And Wesker has a unique attack. It's so fucking cool, man. I love Capcom for adding that. They're such ballers for having fun with their video games. Now, while Wesker is one of the greatest villains ever, with the greatest voice acting ever, he is also super fun to play. But hold on, RE0 is built around a team of 2 characters, right? So how are you gonna play the game alone? Well, you don't, because when you select Wesker mode from the extras menu, Billy disappears from the game, and Rebecca gets turned into a brainwashed evil version with a complimentary hot baddie outfit. An already certified cutie being turned into a vampire bitch to the greatest vampire lord in gaming? Wesker, I was already gonna give you S tier, so I guess it's triple S plus for you.
My behind was scrapped by Marcus's unfortunate outburst.
Okay, whew. That's all of Resident Evil 0 through 3 rated. But I mentioned that Resident Evil was entering Era 2, right? What was that all about? Well, you already know. You probably knew before clicking the video. It's a trend in the Resident Evil franchise. But more than that, it's also a trend that spread to the entire game industry. A trend that is still ongoing from this 2005 release, where modern games are still straight ripping off this Resident Evil game, even though those games aren't an ounce as polished, thought through, or just fun to play. Go on. I know you can say it with the intro voice guy, so just say it with the intro voice guy. I'm gay for Leon S. Kennedy. What I meant to say was Resident Evil 4. If you've enjoyed this part, consider subscribing, and I'll see you again in the next part, where I'll probably drop some hot takes about Resident Evil 4. If you want to talk to me or let me know your thoughts, you can comment or join the Discord or Twitter. I mean, you know how all that stuff works. Warm thanks to the Grocery Gang on Patreon. Click here to see previous parts or just some other stuff from my... And with that, I love you all.